2017, the 2-week summer break, is leading the F2 championship amount. It's 31 with 91 points, about 20 end of the, I guess, rivalry between the Bull versus Ferrari at the top, because Tom Killer is starting to fall. So he's now getting attacked by Alex Killer, Warlock's teammate, just 7 points behind Alex Killer, and now rounds up the top 5 for the driver standings. We have Falcon joining us for today here in F2, as Johnny is missing again. So do you want to say hello, Falcon?
Hello. Looking forward to commentating F2 today around personally one of my favourite tracks, and I know a favourite track for many others as well. Should provide some good racing, especially lap 1 up Eau Rouge and the Camel Straight. That should be certainly fun, and yeah.
Yeah, very demanding track here in Spa. Let's see how these F2 drivers fare. A very hard track, a lot of different corners in speed, a lot of high speed corners such as Puon, which could not be flat depending on each driver's setup, but we are going now as it's 5 to 30.
Yeah, we'll just get everyone back.
Okay, Falcon, can you put your voice on for the parties on allow, because I want to do highlights as well.
It's on, of course it's on allow.
Okay.
Cool.
Sharing setting, go.
Right, I'm just going to give everyone the hurry up in the chat to ready up. We should be going in about 10 seconds then.
Yeah,
so,
we're going in 10 seconds now. Start qualifying.
Question will be, will it be raining? There's a chance around Belgium, of course. Also very well known for its very interesting weather. Changes quite a lot. So we could see some changeable conditions in today's race and perhaps even qualifying.
Yeah, indeed, a lot of tower as well in this track. Are we expecting to see the one stop, possibly the winning strategy, or are we expecting a 2-stop Falcon?
I mean, it depends. If you want to go more aggressive, you could go ultra soft, super softs, or ultra soft, super soft, ultra softs. If you want to try and stick it out there, and maybe take less of a risky strategy, you can go ultra soft, and that should be a pretty simple one stop, on around lap 7 or 8 from the ultra softs. But worth noting that in qualifying, a lot of the time you can do 2 laps or so, but around Belgium, certainly I've noticed, very interesting. If you try and do 2 laps, the tyres do seem to get a bit worn. You can feel the wear, and I think there is quite a difference. But looks like it's all sunny and dry for qualifying, and we'll get ready for the first drivers to get out on track.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see who the first car is going out on track then. It's 12-minute qualifying session just getting underway. It's a very big lap here, almost 2 minutes. Yeah. We have rain coming at the end of the race, so that will be interesting. We are going to see drivers still qualifying on the ultra softs, as we see Red Bull, or I would imagine Greenwich Beer going out on the track. But yeah, very big lap, so the drivers are going to have to hurry up to make 2 runs. Wow. You can see already
yeah.
12 to 30 cars going with Greenwich away, as he is in the standings as well. MG Kiwi's out on track as well, approaching the famous Eau Rouge. Are we going to see any incidents there, do you think, Falcon?
I mean, it's certainly possible. Of course, you saw in real life a few incidents happen up there, mostly between the 2 Force Indias, but you know, it can happen if the drivers get a bit too eager off at the start. Maybe when they get as many positions, get the optimal line through Eau Rouge to propel them onto the Camel Straight to try and get a few more positions down there. So, you know, it can happen, and don't be surprised if you do see an incident where especially at the start.
Yeah, indeed, it's going to be very hectic on the first start up to Kemmel Straight, and especially Eau Rouge if someone goes side by side with someone else. Can see now Hasnain got pit lane, is now exiting as well. So we have all 3 cars out on track. I believe it's going to be NHBN, no, it's going to be KLC, I think, who's going to start a flat lap first, as already in the 3rd sector approaching Blanchimont, and the final chicane start a spa hot lap here for the first run of the day. Still sunny, no clouds and no rain qualifying, so the drivers are going to have really just KLC now starting his lap.
Yeah, worth noting as well that Nicolo is on the super soft tyre, so he may be attempting the more easier one stop going super soft. Someone has just mentioned in the comments about the super soft strategy. He may be trying that himself.
Yeah, indeed, just Nicole on the super soft then. And Kiwi starting a lap as well, exiting turn 1 and approaching Eau Rouge. He has a Ferrari ahead of him, which could be John comes back in the pits. He's debuted in F2, and Mercedes now in the Lecombe section. 3 corners, really fast chicane there. Kelsey, the no-name corner, very understeery through there. Can get caught up in the exit. Use a lot of curve on the outside here. He might have got invalid there. Now approaching Pouron. Let's see if this could be flat. It's not. It's nowhere flat actually. That wasn't a very good line. But still, I don't think. Oh, Mercedes lost it in Pouron. As I say that, Mercedes in the runoff area, they're still struggling.
Oh, there's another driver.
Oh, and Kiwi's out as well in the runoff area in Pouron. Jesus. Another guy off. It's Vitano.
That's Joe Ruru. Joe Ruru as well.
So Ruru off as well.
Wow.
Wow, a lot of people out then.
Oh, D Vanitov.
Vitano still off on the runoff area, is still lagging a bit there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's weird how his car is moving. He is lagging. But let's focus on who's going to set the benchmark. Kelsey round the final corner. It's going to be a 46.686. Not a very good lap time by Kelsey. Going to be immediately beaten by over 2 seconds at 44.581 by the championship leader. Let's see who's going to go around that time and what his championship rival Warlock Mania is going to do. More yellow flags. Falcon, who's that? Joe Ruru again in the wall.
Wow, Joe Ruru's struggling. He's got grass on the tyres. Grono's bit goes provisional pole with a 144.5, just a tenth and a half quicker than Tom Killer, with Warlock a tenth behind that, and KLC miles off the pace at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see what Nicola can do now in the 3rd sector on the super soft tyre. 44.4 by Calaquis. He goes provisional pole. Monaco GP winner on his pick helmet. On the Toro Rosso goes Paul Warlock in P4 just behind Tom Killer. So Tom Killer currently a qualifying Warlock who's not been great in qualifying this season. Just 4 tenths out of Hasnain in the Toro Rosso. Swam in P6 out of 7 people out of set a lap. Nicolo just starting his lap now.
KLC goes very wide out of the corner just after Pouon. Apart from that, the laps actually look pretty decent, but he is 2 tenths down on his delta. Bit of a questionable line through there. That's going to require more steering angle, which means less speed down the straight. Nicolo also starting the lap himself on the super softs.
Warlock is out on the exit of Pouon. Another victim of the Pouon corner. He's lost his front left tyre. This is absolute tragedy for Warlock. He has set a lap. It's pretty decent. So 44.8. He's not going to manage anything better than P4 right now. But with so many people not having set a lap and still 6 minutes to go in this session, he could be even knocked out of the top 10.
Yeah, Maledict is setting a lap now, and that is P6. So Warlock for the moment still P4, but Nicolo is one to watch on these super softs. He could be a threat certainly in the race, but we do have rain at the end, so that will be interesting.
Still 7 people left to complete a lap. John is now on his Williams in the first corner, starting his first flying lap of the day as well. Kiwis on his outlap as well, just coming out of the pit lane with Calaquist about to start a flying lap as well. Still some people in the pit lane, some people out on the track, some people out of the session. So this is a very interesting session here. Just half a tenth slower than Warlock was happening just now, the 44.875. But let's see anyone else on a flying
Great
lap
first
now.
sector from John. That's a 30.4.
Yeah,
that's
30.4.
That's very quick. That is really quick. You should be looking at mid to low 30s in the first sector. Very rare you actually do that. That was a really good first sector, but big mistake. And I think that'll be
That's a big mistake. Very good first sector. 30.3 was Calaquist, so he's currently pole. But you can see there more victims in Puon. John on the runoff area. Many people struggling with the ballast, I would imagine. And if they are struggling so much in the qualifying, how are they going to fare with heavy fuel? Is a good question.
I think they'll take it a lot more cautious than perhaps on these second laps, especially.
This is a big warning.
Yeah, very odd. But around the bus stop chicane from Maledictus, will he pull into the pits? Yes, he does. Thought that was a questionable line. Yeah, he does pit. But Mercedes, who is a very quick driver, is on his outlap himself. He still hasn't set a lap, and still multiple drivers have not set a lap. We've got Nicolo, Alice Killer, ZR Mercedes, GR John, Joe Ruru, D Vitanov, and of course Kiwis. But Kiwis starting his lap now out of turn 1 La Source, up into the up for the run up to Eau Rouge. Easily flat in these modern day cars. And look at that, just a minimum steering angle needed through there to go through quickest. And the first sector we should be looking at a mid to low 30. It's a 30.4. That's a decent first sector, and it's very nice through there as well. Wow, really nice section. And let's see Puon then, after No Name.
Yeah, through turn 11 now, approaching Puon. How is MLG Kiwis gonna do? Puon now, is he gonna do the same mistake? Through Puon now, 8th gear, very wide, it might be invalid, and he loses it again. I don't think he should have bought the lap. He shouldn't, because he hasn't set one. It's a decent lap so far, and if he's not invalid, it's still a very good lap. He's lost about 3 or 4 tenths there. More wide there in the exit of turn 14 there. And approaching now, Blanchimont is Kiwi's going to abort his lap.
He's not going to have enough fuel.
For another one.
He's not going to have enough fuel.
Is he? Let's see. Yeah, he has 1.4. So this is going to be very tight for fuel.
1.3.
Is Kiwi's not going to set a lap. 1.3 now is going down drastically.
He won't be able to pit either and put on a fresh set with with more
Definitely
fuel.
not right now. Just 2 minutes left in the session. Still, the 7 people have not set a lap. They still have not set a lap. So this is very tight for all of them. John's starting a lap now on the ultra soft tire. Is anyone going to come back to the pit lane? Yes, Vitanov is. So he's going to start in last place. Doruri on a lap as well. Upper Rouge he goes. Let's see his first sector. Very good performance in Britain, as I can remember. In Hungary, I cannot quite remember what he did. But he got a podium in his first race in F. Oh, 43.9 by Mercedes. He goes provisional pole. That's a very good lap. I don't think anyone's going to beat that. Calacristo on his out lap, and Vitanov retires from the session. Warlock somehow still in P5. I don't think he's going to remain there for much longer. Kiwi's in P10. At least he set a lap, and he's now 300 up on his lap time. Into turn 10 now. 90 degree, 180 degree. Right-hander there, the hairpin now through turn 11. Very good on the exit, not taking much curb. He's a bit cautious now. He doesn't want to do the same mistake in Puon.
He's done it.
Puon now, way stable, way more stable there. Nice Puon corner now into turn 13. How is this going to be for MLG Kiwis? And the big question is he going to have fuel for the end of the lap? He just won 0.4 left in the tank.
I can't take my eyes off of that fuel gauge. I cannot take my eyes off of that fuel gauge. That is looking very dangerous. He's put it down to Rich. If he was going to put it down to Rich anywhere, it should have been in that middle sector, because now it's going to compromise him down this straight. And is he going to have enough fuel?
I don't think he's going to be enough fuel. I don't think he's got enough fuel.
put it into standard
He's going to put it
now.
down to lean smartly into the chicane now. East Kiwi is going to abort his lap. Of course he's
Just
not. He's
gonna
going to
have
go
enough.
for it. What is this
Wow.
lap going to be? Up to maximum. Is this going to be pole? No, it's P4. Knocks down Warlock down to P6. MLG Kiwi on the second row of the grid. Just about on site with fuel. Tom Killer though on a lap. We have yellow flags in sector 1. Is that anyone from the top 10? Yes, no, it's not. That's Kiwi retiring, I believe.
But Kiwis, he's done 2 laps on those set of tyres, both for the majority of the lap pushing. So those tyres are going to be pretty much very worn, I'd say, for the start of the race. You're looking at around 10 to 15% for the start. Tom Killer around the bus stop.
Yeah, very good lap from Alice Killer. Tom Killer around the bus stop as Falcon says across the line. It's going to be P3 right behind Alice Killer, 15 thousandths of the Ferrari. Alice Killer on the front row of the grid so far in Belgium. What is Chris going to do? Does Hasnain have any other response? The 2 Toro Rossos on a flying lap on a charge for the top 2. Front row now belongs to Mercedes and Alice Killer. Tom Killer in third. Chris on the second sector. Anyone else in the flyer lap? Maledictus in P10 now. Exiting the first stop. Let's see. P10 for him.
Chris though, he is on a lap. He's got plenty of fuel, unlike Kiwis. He can run max the whole way, and through Blanchimont now, easily flat as well in these one-day cars, and through the bus stop chicane. You want to brake just before the 100-meter braking board. Through the final chicane, the bus stop chicane looks very decent through there. Gets the throttle down nice and early, and around the final corner, it's going to be P2.
44.0. Very close to Zeta Mercedes. He locks out the front row for Toro Rosso. It's going to be pole for Mercedes, and it's a P2 for Chris here in Belgium. And he could challenge Mercedes up Eau Rouge and into the Camel Straight. What do you think, Pat? Or do you reckon who's going to be leading come the first lap?
It's going to be very tight, but worth noting, Ace Hassan did put his car P5, but yeah, into the Camel Straight, it's going to be someone get the best line out of turn 1 possible, and he's got to hope for the best down that straight. But it's Zedar Mercedes who takes pole with Khaled in second, just separated by just over 1/10 of a second. Thoroughly enjoyable qualifying, and by the end of the session, I do think most drivers actually managed to set on that, because at around 5 minutes, only a handful of drivers actually set a lap. So good for them, and we should be going soon for the formation lap. Drivers loading up their strategy, loading up the fuel, and see what they can do. Yeah, rain at the end, and it's going to be very tight into for the first lap.
Yeah, it's already looking a bit cloudier in Spa. Drivers adjusting their strategies, as you said. I think most people outside the top 10 are going to start on a different compound, because on the ultra soft tire, I don't think it's going to be very easy for most of them to do the one stop. So maybe a super soft or soft tire for 11th to 15th place. We are going to have Kiwis telling us what tire is going to be starting on.
So it looks like with the weather report, it's going to be about halfway through the race. So, you know, ultra softs, I really highly doubt they can go the distance. So 10 minutes to rain, we are understanding. So, it's going to be around lap 6, which is when the ultra softs do go off. So this is going to be very tight for the top 10.
This is going to be very interesting. And as I said, 11th to 15th place, all starting on the soft tire. So will they have an advantage from him? We're going to have to wait and see, because the ultra softs might actually go the way to the rain period. This could be a classic here in ERL. Top 10 starting on ultra softs, rain coming to around lap 6 or 7. Will they make it till then? They're going to have very worn tyres. Obviously, one more lap could be crucial here in Spa. It's about 6 or 7% each lap, maybe more for some drivers. So you're going to see who has the upper hand on the strategy, who's walked out, what strategy is going to do, who's better on tyres, and all that stuff. Jaruru in P12 on the banana car, starting on the yellow tyre.
Yeah.
with Swamp right behind him, Kelsey in P14, Vitanov rounding off the
Oh.
grid in P15.
Oh, KLC spun it at Pouon. Sorry, he's got grass on his tyres. He's just lost it out of no name. And Ace Hasselman is AI, so I don't know what's hopefully he can come back for the race. But worth noting, no one is. Oh, he's back. No one is on the Superstars, which I thought would probably be the best tyre choice, really. For
Yeah, indeed.
they won't be
Yeah, I
too warm,
think
but they'll
just
also
the
have pace. So
yeah, I
interesting
think
call.
it's gonna be the best tire. I don't think the softs are gonna be that quick on the first part of the race. But we're gonna have to wait and see.
Oh.
Some people getting disqualified there on the end of the lap.
Oh, Nicola has grass on his tyres for the start, and we know with this game that the tyres from the
Oh
formation
wow,
lap, if you
that's a
get
lot of
grass on
grass.
them, it's going to
Oh,
affect you at the
Giroud
race
has some
start.
as well in P12
Oh,
on his softs.
so that's why you do not crash on
Interesting.
the formation lap, guys. That's not why. That's why you don't do that, because it will affect your race start. I will put the position change up on the screen so you can see. Okay. So
Nevertheless, we are getting ready for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. Green flags are being waved as the 15 drivers are getting ready to rev up their engines to 5 red lights here in Spa. It's 5 red lights. And we are racing here in Belgium. Mercedes gets off the line. Very good start by Alex Killer. Alex Killer is going to go down the middle into La Source. Mercedes still in the lead. Caleb Christ around the outside. Caleb Christ gets a very good exit and he's into the lead. Mercedes
wow.
down to P2. Tom Killer into P3. Alex Killer in P4.
Side by
Kiwi's
side
already up into P5. Yeah, side by side with John, who is going to
It's going to be good for Mercedes, though. This could be better for Mercedes. He's going to have the slipstream up the Camel Straight.
Mercedes on the slipstream. Caleb Christ defending. 5 wide behind. We're going to focus on this for the lead. Caleb Christ defends very nicely. Mercedes has to settle for P2. Let's go behind there. MLG Kiwis in P5. Warlock cuts the corner in P6. Hasnan in P7. John down to P8. Grange losing the plot here. In P9, they have yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. That's going to be Kelsey and Vitanov. We saw them crashing in the formation lap. We are seeing them crash in the 22 lap race here as well. They are down in the 2 last places. Falcon, what do you reckon? Was this a good start? Yeah, Mercedes goes very well. Mercedes lost it. Mercedes off to the runoff area again in Pouon. He's down to P7 now. Hasnan up into P6. Caleb Chris still in the lead, Tom Killer in second and Alex Killer in third. Kiwis finds himself 4 positions from where he started. He was P8 on the start, now up into P4. This has been a great start for him, right behind Alex Killer.
Him and Warlock, they both gained 4 positions. On the other hand, ZR Mercedes lost the whole 6 positions from pole position. Down to P7, a disastrous lap 1 from him. And he now needs to fight his way through the field. He needs to get past the likes of Ace Hasselman and so many other quick drivers. You've got Warlock, Kiwis, Alex Killer, Tom Killer, and of course Caleb Risk, who's already pulled out over a second gap.
Indeed, now Kiwis right behind Alex Killer is in a Ferrari sandwich, and then Hasnan is not very back, very far behind. Let's see now what the weather is looking like. Kiwis can inform us. It's 10 minutes still, so I don't think the ultras are going to last until then. Are we going to see a winner starting on the soft tyre? We're currently seeing Maledixis and Giroud, the 2 soft runners, very battling it out. There's a Sauber in the wall, Giroud in the wall, smashing his Renault into the wall.
Crash.
His
big
right
crash.
tyre. There was a Sauber, well, that was Mercedes losing a bit of his front wing. Mercedes down in last position now. Absolute tragedy now for the Sauber driver. Warlock lost it. Warlock's in the wall. Warlock P2 in the standings. He's going to lose a lot of points to Greenwich Beer. He's lost a bit of his front wing. He's going to have to pit this lap. TLC with a 5-second stop and go. It's all going off in the second lap. We've got more action in the second lap than in the first one. He's right behind Alex Killer, who's right behind Tom Killer. Caleb Chris is pulling away about 2 seconds now. The gap. He's going to get past him on the run up to Blanchimont. We're going to have to wait and see the exit. Kiwis gets a very good exit right behind him. A bit of understeer there from the dirty air. He's going to put it up to Rich Mix. And now right behind him, slipstreaming up his way. Let's see. Is this going to be P3 for Kiwis? Right behind him in Blanchimont. This is going to be very ballsy from Kiwis to go around the outside into the chicane. It's going to make the dummies in the down the inside for Kiwis into P3. Alex Killer still in there in the inside for the chicane, but Kiwis going to have the better exit. No, he's not. Alex Killer actually gets him, and his Kiwis going to go down the inside into turn 1. Alex Killer is going to defend, but Kiwis stays behind. He's going to have to wait for the DRS.
Yeah, best decision. You don't want to be ahead of the car behind you coming up Eau Rouge, especially with DRS now, because he's going to have DRS slipstream, I imagine. And Warlock's out.
Oh, Warlock's out in the pit lane. Warlock's crashed in the pit lane entry. That's a rookie mistake by the reigning champion. Wow. Oh, Maledictor's done it as well. He's done it.
Right, so then our Mercedes, he's had a catastrophic start. Warlock Manir in the chat, WTF, so he's made a mistake, or I don't know, maybe perhaps an invisible wall, we don't know. Then our Mercedes, though, I want to talk about, he's now outside the point from pole position, and what a bad start from him. He's also got damage.
Yeah, he's got damage, that's going to kill him. Oh, John's lost it in Pouon. John's in the wall and he's going to lose a place to Grenisbeer and Nicolo. No damage for him, luckily. But another one losing it in Pouon. He's got a bit of grass in his tyres, which is not going to help him. But this battle for P3 keeps on going somehow. Alex Killer, you're going to have to watch out for him because he normally gets a lot of penalties. And especially here in Spa, it could be very crucial with the train that he's creating. The rain is going to come in about 7 minutes, I would imagine. So
those ultras that are not going to go to the end, they are not going to go to the rain, are they? I cannot see them going to the rain period. There's just no chance that, you know, they struggle to go 7 laps, and some of the drivers, you know, Nicolo pits, so maybe going for the undercut. I think he's done the right strategy there, because I think all those ultra soft runners are going to have to pit.
Oh, he's on
he
softs,
may as well
though.
get the undercut. He's on super soft. Oh no, it's soft, so they changed in the pit lane.
He's on softs. Kelsey then up into P9 with Mercedes into the pit as well. He's about to change his front wing, but let's see now. Battle P3. Oh, Kiwi's getting attacked by Hasnain. Hasnain just 2.5 tenths behind him. It's not quite close enough to make a move, but yeah, no real battles out on track here. It's just Kiwis, Hasnain and Alex Killer, and it could possibly be Tom Killer as well. Calico is not that far ahead. It's still 2 seconds the gap, but he's got a very healthy gap right now. We're gonna have to watch out for the strategy, everyone does. John in P7, last ultra soft runner. And yeah, he's looking pretty nice there. Anyone bottling in
Kiwis goes wide out of Pouon.
Very slowly through Pouon.
Oh, it's Hasnain very close. And the Gronize there is right on the back of Hasnain. So it's now from a battle of P3, now a battle of P4, because Kiwis, his tyres are definitely going off. He did 2 laps in qualifying. You know, that is why, you know, especially with such high tyre wear around here, you do not want to be doing 2 qualifying laps. If I were these guys that started on ultra softs, and especially those guys who did 2 laps in qualifying, I'd pit now, get the undercut on your rivals, and that is what Kiwis does.
Kiwis to the pits then. Let's see what tire is going to pit on. His tires were well over 60%. The rain is not going to come for another 10 to 15 minutes. So this is the right thing to do. John is in the pits as well. It's going to be soft tires for John. Is it going to be soft for Kiwis? It's super soft for Kiwis. So that is pretty risky if the rain doesn't come for another 13 minutes.
Personally, I'd say that's the right
Kiwis
strategy.
make like softs.
I think that's the right strategy.
It could not be the end of the world, but we'll see how long these tires last. Top 5 now on the ultra softs. Everyone else has pitted except the soft runners of Swamp, KLC, and that's it really. Just these two haven't pitted in the top 5. We are having a battle for P8 there. KLC very aggressive on the defending. Vitanov picks up a 3-second time penalty wheel to wheel between them, coming into late call around the outside goes Kelsey. Is Nicola going to try hanging around the outside as well? No, he's not. Down to P9. That was very aggressive, but effective, let's say, defending from Kelsey.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, two drivers off. Hasnan and Grangeby are both off the track, and they were battling off the track as well. Grangeby has finally got past him, but both of them, I think, are struggling for tyres here. 1.6 the gap between P1 and P2, and Grangeby, Jesus, both of them battling off the track in Pouon.
Yeah,
Shock.
Kiwis, in my opinion, could have made a race-winning strategy. Pitting now his tyres are much fresher than the guys around him, and he could get the undercut on his rivals who still haven't pit on their very worn Ultrasofts. You can see aboard with Hasnain, his left tyre, you can just see lamination.
Yeah, Hasnain's tyres are absolutely shredded. Chris in the pits then. Tom Killer in the pits, he's crashed in the pit lane entry. Tom Killer has. Alex Killer into P2 now. Anyone else going to pit? Hasnain stays out. Only Hasnain stays out. Grangeby in the pits as well. And all of them are going to go on the super soft tyre, except the Ferrari of Alex Killer and Calaquist. I think Calaquist is on soft, Tom Killer on soft, and just Alex Killer on the super soft tyre.
On board with
MLG Kiwi is going to jump all of them, I think. It's going to be Calaquist and MLG Kiwis. Calaquist well ahead of the Sauber.
Yeah. So
it's going to be Calaquist leading once Hasnain pits.
Because he's now in net P2, well, unless Swam doesn't pit, he's on the softs. Swam, who's got a 3.2 second gap to Calic, could be in the net race, could be the net race leader. This could be this is a great strategy from Swam and from Kiwis, because they're both now...
Hasnain's lost it.
Oh.
In turn 10, in the hairpin, he's lost the back end. He's really strong. You just look at his tyres back, and as you said, they're absolutely shredded. He has to pit this lap. He's losing so much time to the soft runner of Swarm. And Calicris now on the softs, and Kiwis, the same strategy with Alice Killer, both of them on the super softs. Alice Killer is going to have to battle with Tom Killer, both of them on a different compound. And I think these are the only battles we're going to have on track still for P3. Obviously, Kiwi's jumping Alice Killer in the pit phase, but he still has to catch Calicris.
Well, Ace Hasnain is going to lose a whole lot of time. He could even be challenged by Nicolo, who's only just behind Tom Killer and Alice Killer, and Ace Hasnain was battling with those two, so I think Nicolo, and perhaps even KLC if he's lucky, may get past Ace Hasnain, who I expect to pit now. Yeah, into the pits.
Well, no, Hasnain is going to definitely get jumped by all of them. Falcon, I think he's going to be well behind John, if I'm honest. Wow. Nicolo's on the last chicane now, and Hasnain just entering the pit lane. I don't think he's going to be any bother for Nicolo to get past him.
KLC, 10 second time.
KLC, 10-second penalty on the last chicane.
That probably may get removed.
Should be glitched from the game. Yeah, Grangeby's going to get Hasnain as well.
Wow.
I think he's going to be close. Hasnain exiting the pit lane on the soft tyre. Soft runner versus soft runner. It's going to be Hasnain on top.
He's going to have a better run though, it's very nice there. And with Slipstream and perhaps DRS, I don't think so with DRS, but Slipstream and warmer tyres, we could see perhaps him challenging Ace Hasnain. But Ace Hasnain really bottling that strategy.
Yeah, indeed. Just so many seconds behind the next leader. Kelsey, another 10-second penalty. It's Kelsey this time. I think he's actually cut the corner. He's lost his front wing. Watch out, Hasnain. And watch out, Grangeby. Kelsey loses the back end there. Grass on his tyres. I don't think he's going to be living for much longer here. He's going to lose his tyre in a bit.
He's only 6 tenths behind Swam. So
yeah, Calicris right behind Swam for the lead of this race.
This gap has been absolutely munched up by Calic. Fresher tyres.
Go Nicolo on Oferia and Pouon. He's going very slowly. I don't think he's going to keep on going. He's going to retire. He's going very slowly. He's almost stopped on the track.
Letting everyone through. That was very good. KLC! Oh, big crash!
Then. That was a bit messy.
That looks a bit fishy to
me. Change lead, but yeah, it was inevitable. Calaquist in the lead. Swam still not pitted. If Kiwis can inform us about the weather report, which is asking right now, Jeff.
Yellow.
We have yellow flags. It's going to be Nicole and Kelsey.
Oh, Grenadier
5
Bit
minutes
goes down
till
the inside of
rain.
Ace Hasnane.
Maledictus. Oh,
No.
Hasnane. What's going on? Grange being Hasnane side by side. Coming
Upper
into a
Rouge.
Rouge. Oh, are they going to go side by side into a Rouge? No, they're not. Grange backs out. Hasnane into P7. Grange down to P8. Grange is not doing great in this GP. P1 in the standings. He's only going to score 4 points if he stands like this. But Falcon's not seen many penalties for corner cutting.
Well, yeah.
Except KLC.
KLC, in my opinion, is driving a bit. His driving looks a bit fishy, if I'm honest. That. And now Alice Killer. Oh, so close to the Kiwis. Input on Kiwis goes wide.
Alice Killer side by side. Alice Killer up into P3. Kiwis side by side with him, wheel to wheel into turn 13. Down the entire Kiwis goes.
Defending.
Very close between the two of them. Kiwis regains P3. Very clean move by Kiwis.
And he proves it again there. Great defending there. But it's just late enough to make sure that Alice does not go around the outside. Great defending. And he's going to hold on for this bit longer. But Kiwis looks like he's struggling. But it's also looking very overcast. Look at that, so we could see rain soon.
No penalties in the top 8. Rain is coming at any point now in the next couple of laps. Yeah, I think Swan's got it. I think Swan has got the best strategy out of everyone here. He's in P2. He's going to get challenged by Kiwis, but it's better than his P8 or 9 on the start of the race. He's stayed out much longer than anyone else.
At the start, he was P13 and now he's P2. Net P2.
Amazing strategy by him, but he's going to get challenged by both MLG Kiwis and Alice Killer. Is he going to defend a lot or is he going to let past them? We're going to have to wait and see now. Into Lake Com, Kiwis with a slipstream, Kelsey up into P12. But is Kiwis going to go down the inside? Kiwis down the inside into Lake Com, and so does Alice Killer. Both of them get past Swan.
I don't think Swan was putting up a fight there. He was in the stand of that whole straight.
No, not really,
putting up much of a fight. I think he knows that maybe these two guys are quicker than him, and if he just tags along, perhaps. So,
Calichrist
then.
Ooh. Mercedes and Vitanov side by side into Lake Com. Vitanov defends Mercedes very nicely though. And Mercedes better exit there into turn 10. Vitanov is going to defend very nicely again. Mercedes, don't think he's expecting Vitanov to fight that much for P9, but he is indeed. Vitanov into turn 11 now. Very bad line through there. Mercedes wheel to wheel into Pouon. This is so close racing for P9. Into Pouon they go side by side. They're so close. Vitanov down to P10. Alice Killer right behind Kiwis. Is he going to go down for a move on the chicane? I'm losing my words here. It's all going off in lap 9. Kiwis in P2. They're lapping Nicole, who's left the session. 8 to go. Kiwis lose the back end on the first part of the chicane, and that's going to allow Alice Killer to get the better exit of the chicane.
Into turn 1, La Source doesn't go for it, of course. He wants that slipstream and that DRS, and Kiwis is going to be very vulnerable down this straight. Very, very vulnerable. He's going to be enriched, I imagine. Yes, he is. But his fuel has been absolutely gone. It's vanished. It was over 3 laps at the start of the race. Now, just 0.8. But he doesn't need it for the rain. Meanwhile, Alice Killer and...
Alice Killer down the inside. Rain is coming now. Rain just hits the cockpit. Indeed now, Kiwis defends. Alice Killer went for a very surprising dive bomb for Kiwis. Didn't expect it, but Kiwis still in P2. Defends very nicely yet again. Alice Killer cannot find a way past so far. I think it's all going to be down to the rain pace between these two.
Very debatable move from Alice there into that chicane. That was very late and cut the corner. No need to go for that move because he could have just stuck behind. There was no threat from behind. So no need to do that, and that could have cost him a warning as well because that was a corner cut. He's struggling. KLC though, he's a lapped car and he is right on the back of Alice Killer. He is entitled to go for the move as long as he is so much quicker and just pulls away instantly. He doesn't look too much quicker. But of course,
It
strategy.
was a very good battle.
Whoever pits on the intermediates at the right time is going to gain a lot of time, because this lap is so long. You know, one lap earlier than it should be.
Tom Killer, sorry there, but Swam and Tom Killer going side by side for P4. Tom Killer, amazing exit of the chicane there, and he's up into P4. But yeah, the rain is coming down, and the intermediate tyre is going to be ready in all the pit boxes. Question is, who's going to come in first, and who is going to make the big camber here?
Well, Belgium is the Spa-Francorchamps circuit is living up to its reputation. Changeable conditions here today. As I said just before qualifying started, don't be surprised to see changeable conditions.
Indeed, yeah, I have to say that battle between Mercedes and Vitano was very thrilling to see for P9.
Look at Mercedes' gap
just...
to Ace Hassanein. It's 12.2 as Maledictus gets the 5-second stop go. Can he catch that gap? We know Ace Hassanein is no slouch, and it's going to be tight for Zenar Mercedes. If he can nail the strategy, as I was saying, you know, such a long lap, one lap too early, you're going to lose a lot of time. One lap too late, you're going to lose a lot of time. So heading at the right time is crucial around here, especially in changeable conditions. It's such a long lap, where if you make one mistake, it's going to cost you a lot of time. So this is where the guys, perhaps like Mercedes, who needs to catch a big gap, if he nails his strategy call, could reduce the gap by around 4 seconds, even.
Wow, Kiwi's now struggling. We saw him doing a bit of mistake in Pouillon, losing half a second. Is he going to pit? No, he's not. No one's pitting just yet. The rain is not quite heavy enough, but he's losing a lot of time to Alex Killer, who seems to be better in these changeable conditions. Dump conditions here in the slicks. But into turn 1 now, Le Source, Kiwis gets a better exit from Alex Killer. DRS has not been disabled yet, so he's going to have DRS. The Ferrari is going to be charging down the Sauber of MLD Kiwis, both of them sharing one win. In the standings, both of them cutting the corner. Alex Killer getting the inevitable penalty, as we saw him getting loads of penalties in the past races. So he's got one already, with Kiwis cutting the corner as well. I would imagine that was a warning as well for him. But Alex Killer there, yeah, losing a lot of time there in Les Combes.
Is it time for the Inters?
Wow.
It looks like it could be. Well, you know, with this game, sometimes it can feel, when you're on the slicks, like it should be Inters, but when you get on those Inters, it feels 10 times worse. Vitanov gets a penalty. Oh, he spun it! He spun it at Eau Rouge, or had a half spin. He's got damage.
Yeah. So Vitanov, after getting passed by Mercedes, losing his front wing in Eau Rouge. It is very tricky conditions, to be fair, on the slicks. Maledictus in the pits is going to be the first one to fit on intermediates. We're going to have to wait and see his second sector lap times.
Is off at the corner just after Pouillon, and he's got no front wing. He needs to let through Ace Hassanein. And Kalik wrist, is he kind of... No, he stays out. Kalik wrist stays out. Kiwis, will he pit? Personally, I think it's the right decision, but he doesn't. No one's pitting, so perhaps Jeff just hasn't given them the alternate strategy. DRS is still enabled, so perhaps it still is drive, but personally, from the spectator cam, it does
John in the pits! Like oh, God!
Right, okay. Right, John. Right, ignore Michael's trademark there, the voice crack. So,
Jesus.
Ignore that.
We do have yellow flags in sector 3. That is Swamp in the exit of Eau Rouge, losing it in the exit. And now going to be up into P5 is very tricky according to the drivers here. MLG Kiwis losing the back end on the exit of Les Combes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw more people with DNF, to be honest, in these changeable conditions. It is very tricky to drive on the slicks in such bad weather, but
Oh,
John
Alice!
hitting.
Alice into the wall! Alice has got damage to his right end
Alex
plate.
killing the wall, Tom Killer now into P3 on the entry of Pearl. This is such treacherous conditions for the Flicks.
And this, well, a mistake like that, he's now got damage as well. So, just
Wow, Alex
saying
Killer's
to the
got damage
drivers,
indeed now.
just saying to
From
the
right
drivers
air
that it
plate.
is inters, so we will see many pit stops. But wow, look at Kiwi's fuel. He is absolutely been really quite aggressive with the fuel this race.
Ooh,
Oh
losing the back
wow.
end is Kiwi. He's not just aggressive on the fuel, he's aggressive on the power on the throttle there. But it is very tricky to be right on the throttle here. Calacrest in the pits, obviously fitting on the intermediates as
Yellow
expected.
flags.
Yellow flags in
Beer.
sector 3. Grenadier is off. Grenadier is off after Swarm.
And Tom Killer is ahead of Kiwis into the pit lane.
Kiwis loses P2 there.
Someone stayed out. Who's that? Someone has stayed out. I don't know. John though is going to gain a lot of time. John into the wall.
John's bottled it.
He was on
him Jesus. How's Mercedes quicker than an intermediate runner? Oh, Mercedes was the back end now. It's all kicking off here.
Oh.
In the where are we? In the Belgium track.
DRS disabled. So, wow, this is absolute treacherous conditions. I mean, we know Belgium is renowned for it, but bloody hell, that was absolute mayhem, and every driver rushing, scurrying to the pits. They don't want to be setting out in those conditions. They don't have any spare pairs of underwear to use. You know, they've used them all up, so they need to pit now for the inters. It's the right conditions, and wow. So MLG Kiwis has lost the position to Tom Killer in the pit lane. He hit what looked like an invisible wall and has lost the position and looks struggling. Wow, looks like he's struggling out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed. For a couple of laps now, they will be losing the back end until they learn the braking zones and all that. But John, in all of this, has pitted for the second time for the intermediates. We did see him spinning him, launching up, but he didn't get any damage on my screen as Kelsey picks up another penalty. He's in the wall. Kelsey on the exit of Eau Rouge. He's into the wall. He's going to get disqualified here. Wow, that was very close to disqualification. Tom Killer, let's check just quickly the penalties there. So I saw Kelsey someone else spinning. Yes, that's Maledictus in the entry to the last chicane. He's on the grass there. But yeah, we're just gonna quickly check the penalties here.
It's Maledictus. Maledictus.
It is Maledictus off
always
on the last sector. Kelsey still spinning around. He has to get out of there. This is not. He's gonna get a penalty for that. He's doing donuts up Peru. But yeah.
Let's check the penalties then. So, Calic wrist. 0 warnings. Wow, Tom Killer, penalty and 2 warnings. So yes, penalty for Tom Killer. Kiwis, and Kiwis also has 2 warnings. KLC, what is he doing? Wow. Okay, we'll ignore that. Okay, so no, Maledictus was coming to lap him, and he just moved across down the straight right when Maledictus was behind him. Very poor driving from KLC. Unfortunate to see. But Kiwis looks like he's actually catching Tom Killer. So,
but yeah, the gaps are enormous, and I think this is the only battle we should focus on. This, I would be surprised if the yellow flags are not for KLC, and they are indeed. They're doing more donuts in the second sector. And it's about 4 minutes behind P9. And he's into the wall now. After his disaster in Britain, he's having more bad days as he gets very close to Mercedes. He's going to get a very harsh penalty if he crashes someone out. But Kiwi is losing about 3/10 there on the middle sector to Tom Killer. maybe made some mistakes there, not sure. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on KLC because he's still doing donuts in Q1. Yeah, gets very close to Williams there. I'm not sure why KLC is doing this.
Needs to stop this. This is very dangerous. Oh!
Kiwis get a 5-second stop and go. We're exceeding track limits in this chicane. That might be what KLC got.
Yeah, that is a corner renowned for having a bit of a dodgy system of so
KLC honestly needs to stop. Not very.
Yeah, KLC being very dangerous.
Another penalty for Kiwis there.
That
9/10 between them though. Tom Killer and Kiwis. Is Kiwis gonna go for it? 4/10 between them. Kiwis is closing down. Tom Killer looking at his mirrors. Kiwis stays behind for the time being. Tom Killer though. Kiwi's gonna apply pressure on the McLaren of Tom Killer. Let's see if Tom Killer makes a mistake. Sector 2 and 3, that's probably gonna be KLC, let's be honest. Spinning around doing donuts. Tom Killer, 2/10 between these two. He's not gonna check the Sector 2 and Sector 3 yellow flags again.
Yeah, this is dangerous from KLC. Not giving himself a good name in this race. He's almost ended a driver who was trying to lap him, but we'll ignore that. Let's focus on the positives and the people that we should be focusing on, the guys that can race cleanly.
Kiwis goes off the track.
So, it's so treacherous out there, even on the right compound. Kiwis, it's just also getting hit with a waft of dirty air as well. And they're coming up to KLC, so he better get.
Kiwis gets very close to the barrier there.
Oh my God.
That was very dangerous.
Oh.
KLC still spinning around them. But yeah, as long as he's ghosting, this cannot be very dangerous.
Oh, I think Kiwis goes wide, but he gets a better run up into the bus stop chicane, down the inside. Great move down the inside. Oh,
side by side between them. Very close, wheel to wheel on the exit. Kiwis gets the better exit. He's into P2 momentarily, side by side between the two of them. Is Tom Killer gonna break later? No, he's not. Kiwis down the inside. Tom Killer though with a dummy. Tom Killer gets the better exit there. They're gonna be side by side. No, they're not coming into a rouge because Kiwis got a way worse exit there. Tom Killer surprised him and a bit of lag there between them. They're getting very close. Kiwis very close to the barrier again. He gets another warning for that.
And he's going to look for a move perhaps into Lecom. No, sensible enough to stick behind. Heavy rain in 5 minutes according to Warlock. I don't know whether that's true or not. Heavy rain soon though, but wow, I haven't even looked at the lap, it's lap 17. So we're almost at the end of the race. Wow, this has flown by. I haven't even noticed that. Right, so
Kiwis right behind Tom Killer, but Tom Killer is lagging a bit. What do you think, Falcon? I think I saw him lagging a bit there.
Yeah, I saw lag. Where's KLC then? Oh, Maledictus is out! That was a genuine crash.
In P9. He's out. Oh, KLC's out as well. In Lecom. Kiwis and Tom Killer. Lagging is Tom Killer. Says Kiwis right behind him is Kiwis. He's gonna get past him. He wants to get past him because he's lagging like an absolute horse. But the McLaren really lagging there.
Meanwhile, Calic Riss has got over a 12-second gap to Tom Killer. Bloody hell! Great run.
Kiwis, very good run. Down the inside is Kiwis gonna go the south, but passes the McLaren finally on lap 18, lap 17 for them. Tom Killer doesn't have any response to that. Kiwis, John is crashing into the Pouillon corner. A lot of retirements there in the late part of the race.
Tom Killer down the inside.
Tom Killer goes down the inside on Kiwis. Very close between them. Voice cracks everywhere. But Kiwis into P2 then. Tom Killer down to P3.
Right, so
Tom Killer finally loses the position to Kiwis as he picks up another penalty. Tom Killer.
But we've had a flurry of retirements that last lap, So, wow. Yes. So... yeah, so, Tom Killer, Kiwis looked like he had better pace whilst he was behind him. Can Tom Killer stay? But, wow. Calic Riss, 11.4 second gap. Dominant showing at the, no warnings for Calic Riss either, so pretty flawless race from him. Had a bit of a scare when Swam stayed out on those softs, but unfortunately for Swam, he actually crashed, wasting what could have been a very good position from him. Those drivers struggling out there. Third on Mercedes though, P5, but I think that's going to be his maximum position. He's got a 16.7 second gap to Alice Killer. So, looks pretty much like
Alex seems to be dominating all the tricky races this season. He won Monaco, where everyone was losing the front wings. He didn't lose it once, and he won there this week, raining almost all race, and he's made the gap of about 11 seconds over Kiwis.
Can I just note something though? Kiwis, whilst he's been whilst he's got ahead of Tom Killer, the gap is reduced massively. It's now only 10.6. It was like 11.5, so maybe Calic Riss is taking it easy, or Kiwis has very strong pace. Probably not enough to get Calic at the end of the race, but still, if he'd have got ahead earlier, he could have challenged Calic.
Maybe with less penalties as well, as Calic doesn't have a warning.
Well, 9.9 now is the gap, wow. So, the gap's reducing.
Well, he's actually gaining a lot.
Calic does not... let's check the penalties once more. Starting with MLG Kiwis, he has two penalties, but one of those penalties was a bit questionable. Wow, Calic Riss, not one warning in sight. Great, clean driving from him. Obeying by the track limits. Of course, don't read into those penalties for every driver. That final chicane has proved very interesting with its penalty system.
Kiwi goes very wide into Pouon. He's going to lose the backhand. Very dangerous there from the Sauber driver. Little grip on the outside. He could have easily lost it there.
Yeah.
But he keeps up control of his car in P2. 9.7 the gap between him and Calic Riss, who's looking set to win this race.
Oh, very close.
Kiwi goes very wide to the barrier again.
Bloody hell. So, 1.4 is the gap. Kiwis, it's very quick, and 8.9 now. So, I mean, as I say a couple of laps earlier, Kiwis may have been able to catch him, but with those lack of penalties for Calic Riss, you know, I think he still, if he wins today's race, fully deserved it. Not even one warning, so great from him. So...
Kiwis and Tom Killer up Eau Rouge for the third to last time this race. Not much to talk about just now. Nicolo still has passed Maledictus and John.
5 minutes 44 seconds behind the leader. No, 5 minutes 45 seconds behind the next cars. I know Nicolo's AI. No, he's not. He's just going extremely slowly. Where's he going?
He's the AI.
Is he? Okay. So, wow, only seven guys to get points today then. If it sounds like this, Nicolo doesn't get out of AI, but he's left the session, so it will be only 7 drivers scoring points out of a possible 15 that started. So it looked okay till the inters, but then when those tricky conditions came, we saw a flurry of retirements. But it's not over yet. more drivers could crash. And Calic Risk just probably taking it quite cautiously out there. He's got a good gap, he hasn't got any penalties to worry about. He can just pretty much cruise home till the end.
I don't think there are going to be any change in the driver standings actually, but Calaquist is certainly going to close up on the top 3 with his win, with Grunge and Warlock retiring, crucially for both of them. Mercedes is going to get a couple of points as well. Alex Killer and Tom Killer are going to score some decent points. Kiwi is not that far up on the championship, so he's going to stay in P7 or P6. He's 9 points behind Mercedes. He's going to get 8 on him, so he's going to be 1 point behind Mercedes heading into Italy in P7. So Kiwi's in P7, Mercedes is going to stay P6, and the top 5 are going to be the same, I believe. Calic Chris is going to get his 2nd win of the year after Monaco, obviously winning by over 20 seconds from Odoms and Francis Jessica, who are both promoted to F1.
From what I can hear, Calic certainly excels in these, as you say, in these tricky races, as you said. I mean, I haven't been following F2 myself, I've been doing F3, but from what I can hear, it looks like he really does excel in these tricky conditions and races. So, a driver that excels where it can sometimes really matter, where it catches others out, and that could be quite lethal if he's in the championship fight later on.
Yeah, I mean, he's not bad, he's always consistent, he almost always gets points in every race, but honestly, when there are tricky conditions, he's always P1. And I mean, he could be lucky today, but in Monaco he definitely deserved it. And again, today he's just on a world of his own. I mean, 10 seconds ahead of Kiwis, who's not really catching him rapidly, to be fair. And Kiwis, we know he's a very quick driver. He'd probably be in F1 had he not been commentating, obviously. So yeah, Calic Chris is doing very well today, and I think he's going to be deservedly driver of the day by me, as he's starting his last lap of the day. Another 7 kilometers. There, Kiwis has got another 5-second stop and go penalty. And Tom Killer just 7 tenths behind him, but we're going to focus on this man, Calic Crest, who's going up Eau Rouge.
Yeah, so Calic Rest, he's got pole position, I believe. Doesn't quite have the fastest up, I think that is Mercedes, and that will not be
Mercedes
beaten,
got pole. Calic Chris started 2nd.
Oh yeah.
Calic Chris caught him on the exit of turn 1.
Let's just check this. Calic Rest, still 0 warnings. Great racing and driving from him. He's got a Mercedes though, coming up ahead of him. Who is that? That is Diva Tanoff, and he needs to get out of the way. I mean, he's got a pretty big gap, but if this causes an incident, it's not going to be at all good, but there we go, gets out of the way nicely there. Like, he was a bit hesitant to get out of the way before, but on the exit of No Name.
I have to say as well, Mercedes, great comeback from P14 to go to P5, obviously not just 7 finishers, but still it's a very good to not retire and keep on going. He's going to score 10 points today, in case something dramatic happens here. Alex Killer in P4. Tom Killer and MLG Kiwis on the whole 2nd stint, very close to each other. Kiwis a very good strategy to put him from P8 to P2. Another, I guess, good choice for driver of the day. But Calic Chris, obviously going into Blanchimont, he's going to be victorious here in Spa and get 25 points and celebrate his 2nd victory of the season, 2nd victory in ERL. He approaches the bus stop chicane. Calic Rest around the final corner, accelerating up to the line. He's going to take the checkered flag, and Calic Rest wins in Spa.
Wow.
25 points in the bag. He loses from the left tire, right. But MLG Kiwis P2, P3. I think is Tom Killer with Alice Killer in P4. Kiwis and Tom Killer round off the podium. Alex Killer on his Ferrari gets P4 with Mercedes, a fantastic comeback to come from last place after a lap 1 incident to finish in P5. He rounds up the top 5 with Hasnain and Vitanov rounding up the top 7 was the finishers for today's race.
Yeah, great race there. Tricky conditions. Of course, a whole flurry of retirements, but it's Calic Riss that comes out on top today for his second victory, and great drive from him. Quickest out there throughout the whole race, but just consistency won in that, and getting into the lead on lap 1. There he is then, celebrating on the podium. It's first position for the Toro Rosso driver of Calic Riss, with second place being MLG Kiwis and third being Tom Killer. Great drive from Calic Riss, and he brings home his second victory. That was a thoroughly enjoyable race. What did you think of that, Mike? Right, so here we go then. I'll take you through the final results. It's Calic Riss
I finished second, by the way.
with 0 penalties, getting P1. P2 it says Tom Killer, but it was in fact MLG Kiwis, and Tom Killer takes third place with Alice Killer fourth. ZR Mercedes takes P5 with Ace Hasnoon P6, and the final points scorer is P7 of D Vitanov in that Mercedes car. All the other drivers retiring, so whole flurry of retirements when it got tricky there, and only the elite few really managed to survive and flourish in those conditions. So thoroughly enjoyable race. Thank you for watching. I believe we are doing interviews, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll get Calic, Tom, yeah. Right, if you could put your voice on loud, Kiwis. Cool. We'll start the interviews soon. But we also have an announcement to make. It's already been announced in the chat, so we'll just run it through you guys watching at home. We'll do it after the interviews. But if we get people in, if not, we'll just interview MLG Kiwis. Tom Killer is in, so Mike, do you want to interview? Michael. Okay. 1 second. Interviewing. Yeah, interviewing. So, do you want
Anyone in the party?
Yeah, we
Tom
have
Killer.
Calic Riss.
Calic Riss as well. So hello Calic Riss, well done.
Hello.
We meet again after Monaco. It's your second victory this year and your second victory in ERL. You always seem to get the top 7 at 25 points in these tricky races. How do you do it? How was that race for you?
Pretty good, and didn't have anybody to race against, but good pace and win. Good start, and yeah.
Yeah, you're all alone in the start. You got Mercedes. That was it pretty much. From then on in, you were just P1. But yeah, great launch. You got Mercedes on the exit of turn 1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, then with the crossover point from the intermediates, you were the first one to pit from the top 5. So yeah, it was very tricky to do as well. But Tom Killer and Kiwis got Kiwis in the party. So we're going to ask him a few questions as well. So, Kiwis, are you there?
Yes.
Alright, so MLG, you started P8, obviously finishing P2. Very tricky in the slick conditions where it was raining. How tricky was it, and was it like very hard to control?
Yes, very tricky. I almost put it in the wall about 4 times, and obviously a lot of people retired on that one lap, so it was very, very difficult out there. So yeah, congratulations to everybody who finished pretty much, because it was that hard out there today.
Yeah, certainly
You
looked.
just haven't finished it.
Certainly looked very tricky from a spectator's point of view. Again, congratulations on at least finishing that race, and well, it looks like provisionally P4, but we're certainly going to look into those penalties, because some of those cuts look like it shouldn't have been an instant 5-second stop go, but finally we got Tom in the party.
Yeah, Tom Killer, hello. B3 for you, 15 points. Decent battle with Kiwis for the whole second stint on the intermediate period. Did you think you could win the battle and get P2, or did you were your tires shredded? No, so yeah, Tom Killer getting P3. So you think that was the maximum you could get today? Okay, so I think we got 3 happy drivers in the podium today. And I think that's it. If no one else has any questions from the stream, Falcon, any questions from you?
No questions from the stream, so thank you for coming into the party to be interviewed.
I have a question. Make sure you watch the F1 stream. Thank you, bye.
Yeah, tune into the F1 stream on the channel you are watching here now. This channel, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss the stream tonight. It is at 5 PM. Make sure you tune in, of course, at Mighty Spa again. Make sure you tune into that, but I suppose we can just talk about what we have announced about the Christmas tournament. So for any guys watching in the stream that's part of ERL that doesn't know about this at the moment, basically it's two 25% races being held. The first one at 5 PM and the second one just after that on the 23rd of December. Make sure you tune into that. It should be streamed as well. No guarantees, but it probably will be streamed. Tune into that. I think Kiwis will remind us on the F1 stream tonight about it. But thank you for watching the stream today. It's a great race to spectate, and we'll see you in about 3 weeks for the winter break. Enjoy your Christmas, but we'll also see you later on at 5 PM and next week for the Christmas tournament. But thank you for watching. Anything you want to say, Mike?
No, that's it pretty much. We got 2 events this Christmas. We are ERL versus UPL event. You can check the website for the details. And obviously next week we got what Falcon just announced. So yeah, it's from me and Falcon. Goodbye, and see you in 3 weeks' time for the Italian Grand Prix now.
Thank you for watching, guys. See you next week for the Christmas event. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.